How my aunt's crazy project turned me into a girl. Jake had always been an ordinary college student, tethered to a life of routine and predictability. His days were a monotonous cycle of lectures, group projects, and casual hangouts with friends. Grand adventures weren't his thing. He preferred the safety of his comfort zone. So, when his parents announced he'd be spending the summer with his eccentric Aunt Bella in a secluded coastal town, it felt less like a vacation and more like an exile. Aunt Bella was a woman who lived unapologetically on her own terms. A retired fashion designer with a flair for the theatrical, she embodied creativity in its most flamboyant form. Her house, a sprawling, chaotic mansion perched on a cliff, was a monument to her artistic past. Jake vaguely remembered visiting her as a child, marveling at the walls lined with colorful sketches, mannequins draped in shimmering fabrics, and closets overflowing with vintage clothing. Back then, she was the fun, slightly strange relative who doted on him. But as an adult, the thought of spending months in her world of whimsy was daunting. When Jake arrived, he found that Bella's home was exactly as he remembered it, yet somehow transformed. The air buzzed with an almost electric anticipation. Bella greeted him with a hug so tight it nearly knocked the wind out of him.
"Jake.
Look at you, all grown up and handsome," she said, her voice brimming with excitement. "I've been counting the days until you got here. There's so much I want to show you." Jake forced a polite smile. "Thanks, Aunt Bella. It's good to be here." Her grin widened. "Oh, darling, you have no idea what's in store for you." Bella wasted no time pulling Jake into her studio, a vibrant, sunlit room overflowing with fabric, sewing machines, and half-dressed mannequins. In the center stood a dress form adorned with a gown so intricate it looked like it belonged on a red carpet. "I've been designing again," Bella declared, her eyes sparkling with pride. "Retirement wasn't for me. Inspiration struck, and I need your help to bring my vision to life."
Jake blinked.
"My helps?"
"Yes."
"I need a model, and you're perfect for the role." Jake's heart skipped a beat. "Model? For dresses?" "Precisely," she said, beaming. "You got the perfect frame for it. Don't worry, it's all in good fun. And I'll pay you for your time." He opened his mouth to protest, but faltered under her expectant gaze. Bella's enthusiasm was infectious, and saying no felt impossible. With a resigned sigh, he nodded.
"All right.
But just for the summer." Bella clapped her hands in delight. "Oh, Jake, you're going to be marvelous. Or should I say, Jessie?" "Jessie?" he repeated, raising an eyebrow. "Well, you can't model my designs as Jake, can you?" "Jessie suits you much better," she said with a wink. The first transformation was surreal. Bella chose a flowing pastel summer dress, its fabric light and airy against his skin. As Jake slipped into the dress, Bella fussed over every detail, adjusting the fit until she was satisfied. Then came the makeup, an entirely new experience for Jake. Bella worked with the precision of a seasoned artist, turning his reflection into someone unrecognizable. When she was finished, Jake stared at the mirror in awe. The person staring back wasn't the reserved college student he'd always been. This was someone radiant, confident, and strikingly beautiful. For the first time, Jake understood the allure of fashion and transformation. "Perfect," Bella said, stepping back to admire her work. "You're Jessie now. And Jessie is going to steal the show." Days turned into weeks, and what started as a reluctant favor became something more profound. As Jessie, Jake began to feel an unfamiliar confidence take root. Bella taught him how to walk gracefully in heels, how to pose with elegance, and how to embody the persona she had crafted for him. The townspeople, unaware of Jessie's true identity, embraced her wholeheartedly. Jessie quickly became a fixture in the town's social scene, her charm and kindness winning over even the most reserved locals. She became a regular at the local cafe, where she struck up a friendship with Lily, the free-spirited barista. Lily, an artist with a passion for photography, was captivated by Jessie's unique style and often used her as a muse. Through Lily, Jessie found herself drawn into a circle of local girls who admired her poise and flair. They shared secrets, swapped fashion tips, and included her in their adventures: beach picnics, bonfires, and late-night boat rides under the stars. For Jake, who had always been reserved and hesitant, these experiences were transformative. As Jesse, Jake felt alive in a way he never had before. The boundaries of his old life blurred, and he discovered a version of himself he never knew existed: bold, confident, and unafraid to take risks. The summer that once felt like a punishment became an unexpected journey of self-discovery, guided by the wisdom of his unconventional Aunt Bella and the vibrant, welcoming community of a sleepy coastal town. The summer breeze carried a salty tang as Jessie strolled along the beach, her sundress fluttering like whispers against her skin. To the locals, Jessie was a captivating newcomer, her laughter weaving seamlessly into the rhythm of the waves. But beneath the carefully crafted exterior, Jesse was Jake, a young man who had stumbled into this unexpected duality while spending the summer with his Aunt Bella. Jake had arrived at his aunt's seaside home restless and unsure, seeking a break from the monotony of college life. Aunt Bella, an eccentric artist, had a knack for uncovering hidden truths. "Let's try something bold this summer," she had said, handing him a vintage dress with a mischievous smile. What began as a playful experiment soon became a liberating transformation. Jake found confidence in Jesse, an embodiment of creativity and freedom he hadn't realized he craved. Jessie quickly became a fixture in the vibrant coastal town, drawing attention from everyone she met. Among her admirers was Ethan, a local artist known for his hauntingly beautiful landscapes. Jessie's presence ignited a new spark in Ethan's work. Soon, his paintings shifted to portraits of Jessie, her silhouette against the ocean, her soft smile illuminated by market lights, her contemplative gaze lost in the horizon. While Ethan's admiration thrilled Jessie, it left Jake tangled in a web of emotions. As Jesse, he felt alive, magnetic. But as Jake, he wrestled with the growing weight of deception. What started as a summer's whim had become something deeper, and he found himself questioning the essence of his identity. Was Jessie merely a persona, or had she always been an unacknowledged piece of his soul? Ethan's attentiveness only deepened Jake's internal conflict. The two spent long, unhurried afternoons talking about art and life, forging a bond that felt effortless and rare. Ethan's gaze seemed to pierce through Jessie's layers, seeing her as someone wholly unique and irreplaceable. Jake knew he was falling for Ethan, but the truth loomed like a storm cloud on the horizon. Could Ethan love both Jessie and Jake, or would the revelation shatter the connection they had built? One golden evening, while the sun melted into the sea, Ethan turned to Jessie, his voice soft yet resolute. "You're unlike anyone I've ever met. Being with you feels like coming home." Jessie's heart thudded painfully. She yearned to say everything but instead whispered, "I feel the same." The summer days stretched thinner, each sunset a reminder that time was running out. Jake confided his turmoil to Aunt Bella one evening as they sat in her cozy studio. "I don't know who I am anymore," he admitted. "Being Jessie feels right, but it's not the whole story." Bella, ever wise and warm, clasped his hand. "You don't have to fit into a single box, Jake. Life isn't about choosing one identity over another. It's about embracing every part of who you are. Jessie is as real as Jake. You decide what that means for you." Her words lingered as Jake resolved to face the truth. On the last day of summer, he invited Ethan to Bella's garden, where vibrant flowers swayed in the breeze. Jessie took a deep breath, her voice trembling. "Ethan, there's something I need to share. Jessie is part of me, but I'm also Jake." Ethan blinked, processing her words. Then, to Jessie's astonishment, he smiled softly. "Whether you're Jessie or Jake doesn't matter. I care about the person you are, the one who's kind, curious, and inspiring. That's who I see." Emotion swelled in Jake's chest, tears spilling over. For the first time, he felt fully understood, not as Jessie or Jake, but as both. When the summer ended, Jake returned to college with a newfound sense of self. Jessie wasn't a fleeting memory, but a vivid, integral part of his identity. He carried her confidence and joy into his daily life, no longer feeling the need to hide or conform. Before he left, Bella embraced him tightly. "You've grown so much, Jake. Keep embracing every part of yourself." As he drove away, the coastal town faded in the rearview mirror, but its lessons lingered in his heart. That summer, he hadn't just discovered Jessie. He had discovered himself. And no matter what lay ahead, he was ready to face it with courage and authenticity.